There is something genuinely terrifying about Liverpool Football Club at the moment. Whatever stands in their way, they seem to find a way. It wasn't going to be easy for them to beat Chelsea at Wembley, and somehow they managed to find a way. It is the hallmark of a Jurgen Klopp team. And now, what I want to explore in this video with my dear friend Adeola Depot is, can they continue? Can they go one step further and actually win the league? Ade, you believe...
Can they? Yes. Obviously, can they... I guess is a different discussion as to will they? Because City look red hot and Arsenal look fantastic. Arsenal, they've probably got the best 11. Like, best 11, when you put it on paper, I think they just look complete Arsenal. No weaknesses anywhere. But this Liverpool team, at top of the table, firing right now, right? Apart from that little blip against Arsenal, they've come back and they've scored a few goals since then, obviously put a cup into the trophy cabinet. And they've done that without all their best players. Slowly but surely, the next couple of weeks, look, big ones are out. Jota's out until, I don't know, he's talking about the end of March. But we already know now, and Klopp said this, Salah's back soon. Nunez is back soon. Szoboszlai is back soon. Trent's back soon. You start to add those little pieces. Alisson's back soon. You start to add those key class players I've just mentioned. I haven't just mentioned scrubs here, squad players. I've mentioned starting 11. You add those to the team already. It just goes to the good vibe. It goes to the energy. Every home game is now a European Cup game. This team can certainly... Something's in the air. I was lucky enough to be at Wembley, as you know, and we rode our luck at times at Chelsea. I remember just thinking, is God shining down on us here?
Yeah.
Something's in the air.
Yeah, there is something going. Sometimes the stars do align.
I mean, they aligned with us. Istanbul, I remember, when that AC Milan team should have whacked us for 7 at halftime. Instead, somehow we came out with the trophy. So sometimes...
Do you know what I think the problem is? On the 10th of March, you play City.
Yeah.
You need to at least maintain the distance between you. I think there's a point between you at the moment. They can't come to Anfield and win.
No. And I don't expect
with the injury crisis that you've got.
Like, coming to Anfield and winning, it's very rare.
It's very rare, but you feel like they are a fine team as well.
Yeah, and I think we are forced to reckon with it.
Even with the injuries, though.
Even with injuries. But by the 10th of March, and look, fingers crossed here, all the guys I've just mentioned are back. Obviously, Jota won't be back and Gravenberch won't be back, but all the guys I've just mentioned, Curtis Jones will be back as well. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
This is it now. That's our best 11 will be on the pitch. And if our best 11 can't beat their best 11, then fine.
In consecutive weekends, you play Man City and Everton.
Yeah.
I feel like if you come out of those 2 weekends unscathed, go one step further. If you come out of those 2 weekends
6
maximum points, I'd then say Liverpool probably favourites for the league, regardless of the Arsenal challenge. I think Arsenal have been dazzling, blown my mind. Off the back of those 2 defeats, the 2 London Derby defeats, fantastic. I didn't think that they had it in them to bounce back. They've won every game this year.
I said this to someone the other day, and they thought I was having a dig, and I wasn't. I said, Arsenal have been so good, incredible, stats, everything, tick, 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 they're third. That's the standard. So Arsenal have got to do this, continue this until the end of the season. And that's when the going gets tough. Can you do, because you've done this, like, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll be looking at the table thinking, how are we not first?
I know.
We put 6 past them, 5 past them, 4 past them, win. You've said that this is the first time Arsenal have started a new year and it's all wins. And yet they're still third.
And the other thing is that they've been doing this now for already a year. This is the 2nd year that they've been doing this. Yeah. It's all very well to go, they've been doing it all year. Yeah, they have, but they've actually done it. They didn't win the league last year, and at this stage last year, they were winning all their games. Like their run over 2 years. Like, do you remember when Tottenham had that run? Yeah. Tottenham had that run over 2 years where they were the best team.
Where they should have won the league.
They won more
Leicester
points.
Won it.
They won more points over 2 years than anyone won. They won more points over a calendar year than anyone won. Yeah. But they didn't win anything.
You kept on asking me, and you've been asking me since Klopp announced his decision to leave, and you was like, it can go 2 ways. It can have a negative effect where everyone's like, Klopp's leaving, everyone's down, or it can go the opposite. And we both kind of waited for the answer. I think on the weekend it showed us that it's having the opposite effect now. I think it's almost galvanised, not just the players, because I think we've seen now the players are running through brick walls. Endo, by the way.
Great player.
I mean, what?
Do you know why he's so good, though? Because he's
so
30.
Experienced.
Yeah, he's a 30-year-old captain of Japan.
So experienced, and that's what was important.
So
I said at the start, I was so concerned about Liverpool's midfield because Harvey Elliott 20, Curtis Jones 23, Szoboszlai 22, I think, McAllister 23. Where's the man in that midfield? All of a sudden, Endo plants himself in the middle, 30, Champions League winner. I can control this, boys. But I think Klopp's galvanised. The fans are on it. Again, everyone was going crazy at Wembley. I think everyone's thinking this something can happen here.
Also, I think, do you know what I did see? I know that this isn't usually the way that it would work for a club as steeped in success as Liverpool, but there are talks already with the one trophy that you've won of there being an end-of-season parade.
Yeah.
So regardless of any other silverware, there will be an end-of-season parade at Liverpool, I think.
No, there is.
Almost
I
as
heard
a
about
thank you to Klopp
Yeah.
and whatever else. But I think you need another trophy on the bus.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I think you need another trophy
Yeah,
on
of
the
course
bus.
we do. We understand the stick that comes with that. You can't parade.
Because
that.
also, you know, the size of Liverpool.
And by the way,
there'll be
if it was-
800,000 fans on the streets.
Yeah, and you can't. But it will be a goodbye to Klopp. So it will work as both. You know, the biggest reason, and I probably haven't answered the question. Apologies, but the biggest reason why Liverpool, I think, will win the league is that front five will outscore you. I think I saw the other day that it's the first time that all 5 forwards have got double figures.
Yeah.
All 5.
Yeah.
So where before it was like, if Salah's out and he's injured or he's going to the African Cup of Nations, oh my God, you guys are in trouble. No, Jota said, I'll take over. Then all of a sudden, Nunes has started scoring.
Yeah.
See that fantastic goal he scored the other day?
Yeah,
the chip.
mate, the chip.
Didn't know that was in his locker.
Brilliant goal.
Diaz is still working. So we'll outscore you. That's the thing. You score one, I'm confident Liverpool will score another,
Yeah.
especially at home. So I think that could be the
Who
reason.
would you be more scared of?
Oh, Man City. Dude, I was watching Kevin De Bruyne the other day. Was it 4 assists for Haaland's 5 goals?
Yeah.
He's come, and it's not like it's like he's not been injured.
Yeah.
He's frightening. He scares me, but 3 points for a win. You don't get 5 or 6.
No.
Score 100 goals.
Yeah, De Bruyne,
3 points for a win.
De Bruyne and Haaland, they are incredibly intimidating. But you know, when I'm looking at the league, and I want Man City to win it, to be totally honest.
Of course you do.
But I don't
get
really.
that. No, I understand that.
But
You're
also, I
Chelsea.
don't really care as long as Arsenal don't. I care massively about Arsenal. But I was surprised that you answered quite so quickly that Arsenal weren't the challenger as much as Man City. Just because I understand why you'd be scared of City. It's almost a learned behaviour. It's a learned fear.
That's exactly why.
But Arsenal, there's something about them, man. This year, like they've beaten Liverpool and they blew Liverpool out of the water. Bearing in mind how good Liverpool have looked since the Jurgen Klopp announcement, apart from in that game, I wouldn't answer so quickly that City are the team to worry about. City, remember, they're going to be.
You know why? And I said this to you. And sorry to cut across you there, mate. I've said this to you, and even if Arsenal fans don't believe us, then they're deluded as well. It's not Arsenal. It's the 2 managers that Arteta's going against. I think player for player, I really do think this player for player, Arsenal can compete with both Liverpool and City. Manager for manager, absolutely no chance.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Absolutely no chance. He blows them out.
Yeah.
Arteta's not the 3rd best manager in the league. You're talking number 1 and 2 are Klopp and Pep.
Yeah.
Pep or Klopp, whatever order it is.
Yeah.
No, Emery's 3rd. So it's not like Klopp and Pep are competing with the 3rd best manager. They're not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So his team are going to have to. The other thing,
his team are going to have to make up for. I think he's potentially when the going gets tough mistakes.
Do you feel like Arsenal run dry at some point as well? Do you think something? You know how they got beat in Portugal recently. Do you not think?
By the way, it wasn't just they got beat; they didn't have a shot on goal.
They didn't have a shot on goal, and they conceded in the last minute, which is so deflating. It's not being switched on until the end. It's a little bit worrying.
Yeah.
That kind of say they get done at the Emirates, which I don't think they will. I think they'll win 3-0. But say they get done at the Emirates, they could almost run aground, couldn't they? They could almost be this ship that's sailing and all going beautiful. Suddenly they go to Portugal, they get beat, there's a 0-0 draw at the Emirates where they're robbed, and suddenly they're in choppy waters and they capsize. Whereas Man City won't do that.
No, Man City won't allow players like Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, although he's inexperienced in terms of age, Rodri won't allow that to happen.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's not happening. And Liverpool are lucky to have Salah and Van Dijk, maybe Robertson in that as well, that won't allow that to happen.
Do you think
especially
that
Van Dijk, by the
City's
way.
fixtures are harder than anyone else's?
I think Liverpool's got the easier, quote unquote, easier fixtures. I mean, they're all hard. They're all hard when it gets to this because you're fighting teams that maybe you're trying to fight off relegation. You're fighting teams that maybe have got a European spot in mind. It's all going to be difficult. But, you know, for a long time, me and you have spoken about Saliba and Gabriel being the best centre-back partnership. And by the way, I think they are. This is not me trying to say Van Dijk or Konate. Mate, Van Dijk and Konate are a force, you know. So when you say City are coming, and most people are, I'm scared of Haaland. I've touch wood here, because I don't want to, curse this. when I think we've got Van Dijk or Canal, I'm like, bring on Haaland.
Yeah.
I honestly don't have that fear like Haaland's coming.
Do you know what else I think bodes well for you? You've got, 12, 13 games left.
Yeah.
You only play 6 teams in the top half.
And we good because we struggled against teams in the top half this season.
Yeah, so you've got them out of the way now, which is good. Obviously, City have to come to you, which stands you in good stead.
Yeah, it's Anfield. Like that means something. You come to Anfield, and everyone knows the atmosphere is going to be red hot. And again, hopefully, fingers crossed, Salah, Nunes,
and the goals are
Alisson
flying
are back.
in. You scored 20 goals in 6 games recently.
Yeah.
Like the goals.
So it's
there.
funny because I think Arsenal have scored 24 in 6.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, Arsenal scoring so many. Liverpool scored 20. We've scored as well. I think our goal difference is pretty much the same. We're scoring. Yeah. We're scoring. I think, and we're not conceding that many either. Again, so I'm confident. Again, it all comes down to getting some of these players back. But the main ones, minus Jota, muscle injuries, and hopefully they're all back. Jota's a big blow for us, but we've got goals. We've got goals.
And do you think it's you that's going to do it, or like in terms of who wins the league?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be your brilliance, or are you hoping for maybe an Arsenal capitulation?
No. Brilliance.
You're brilliant.
Yeah,
so you're thinking it's heavy points tallying.
Yeah, and I think we deserve one as well, Rory. You know how many close point runs we've had with City? We've had 2 where 98 didn't win it. So 97 didn't win the league and 94 or something.
If I adopt an incredibly sentimental approach to this, right? If I just go, all of my bias is removed, all of my tribalism is removed. Just, does Klopp deserve another league title? Does his brilliance over the 9-year era that he's been here warrant another league title to his name? The answer is, of course, yes.
Yeah, you know,
of course.
We were having
I don't want it to happen, but of course he does.
Yeah, me and you were having a conversation about Shankly and Paisley. And I said, it's difficult to put Klopp in there. I can understand from the way he's changed the club, I get that. But from a trophy haul, I mean, you need more league titles. Like, he deserves, for what he's done with this Liverpool squad, he deserves more.
But Paisley's record for that is mental.
It's not normal,
when you think about Paisley, I think Paisley was from he's from the northeast, like a mining family. Yeah. And he's went into the Liverpool job, and like, mate, what are you doing? You know, if that was now, you'd be like, this geezer is the best manager to have ever lived.
Yeah,
and he just did it like that.
It's crazy.
Like, you know, often we talk about Shankly as well. If you look at Paisley, the record.
Paisley's the one, really.
Paisley, it's unbelievable. Like, you've got Fagan, Dalglish has got a very good record at Liverpool. But when I looked up Paisley,
I think yes, I'm happy you said this. It'd be nice because obviously younger viewers to look up Paisley. You know, when we talk about greatest manager of all time, Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean?
if you want to just be really brutal,
have a look at what he won.
Yeah, like if you want to just be like really, really blunt about the best manager to have ever lived, I think it's Paisley.
I love those old school managers.
Because it's like,
I love them.
Yeah, because his name's Paisley, I thought he was Scottish. Which is part of the reason I looked at him.
Northeastern.
Paisley, isn't it? He's from the northeast. Yeah, he's English.
There must be Scottish.
Presumably, it
has to be, it has to be. So in order for Klopp to, if he wants to go out on a bang where we do have that discussion, then look, he's still not really in that discussion. He needs this league title. Yeah.
He's probably in it next though, isn't he? He's got to have usurped, say, who'd be next? Maybe Benitez.
What you mean from Paisley, Shankly, Dalglish,
Fagan.
Yeah. He's before Benitez and Houllier.
Yeah. And maybe even above Fagan. I don't know enough about Joe Fagan. I don't know. Yeah. Fascinating stuff. You going to do it?
Who's going to win it? In fact, don't say it because I always read the comments and they're like...
curse.
Yeah.
No, you want me to say. You just don't want me to say Liverpool.
No.
In that case, Liverpool. No, do you think you can do it?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Addy, thank you. This has been really, really enjoyable chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do me a quick favour. Give this video a like. And more importantly than that, click the link in the description below. Adi Oladipo's YouTube is there. Make sure that you go and click subscribe to the main man himself. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.